What triggered the move to more of a run-oriented game? And obviously it seemed to have some dual benefits of not only moving the ball but keeping the defense rested in the second half.
I don't think we were just trying to figure out what we could do to move. You know, that was a #1 ranked defense in the country, you know, coming into the game. So you just got to keep poking and prodding and figure out what works. You know, sometimes I think you just can't be one-dimensional. We have to try to be somewhat balanced where we can run the ball and throw the ball. And that's what we mean by being balanced. It's not one guy carrying it or whoever, but I feel like we ran the ball. Didn't run the ball bad last week against Colorado, so we're trying to build upon that. But we knew it was going to be some tough sledding against a really good front, you know, and they've held a lot of teams down. You know, that's why they're #1 ranked defense in the country. But I thought our guys did a good job, especially the way they competed, you know, to start the second half. You know, I think we had a 12-play drive and an 18-play drive, so we're just a little too short.
How much of that was the offensive line, and how much was Josh Kelly?
I think it's a combination of everybody. I think it's our tight ends were involved in that. I think our receivers did a really good job. Obviously, Josh, I think, is getting more comfortable, you know, the more he plays a little bit. We've been unsettled a little bit. We just got Boss back, so that's his second game, so we kind of settled. But we didn't have Justin Murphy today, so Murph went down. So we've been in a state of flux. I don't think we've had the same group in every game. But, you know, they competed, but we still came up short, so.
Coach, how much improvement have you seen in your quarterback, in the young quarterback?
I've seen a lot. I mean, I think Dorian every week has gotten better. You know, that's what I love about him. You know, he just can you manufacture every situation he's going to be in? You can't. You know, and I think every time he's in something, he learns from it. He's a lot of fun to coach. You know, and he sees things. And so when we get more reps and the benefit of more experience for him, the better he's going to be. But I think each week, I think he's gotten better, you know, and that's good. And then he's a lot of fun to coach.
Would you kind of put that in the encouraging loss category, and that you saw some things?
I don't have categories, Ben, and I mean at the end of the day, you're judged by winning and losing, and that's you know, there's positives in every game. You know, there's been games I've won that we haven't played very well, and there's a lot you have to do. And there's been games you lost that you did some things really well. But we're very analytical in our after-action reports in terms of what we're looking for. So, you know, it's just like every week. There's certain things we did better, and we need to build upon those. And there's other things that we need to clean up. So that's how we kind of look at it.
Did you think maybe there was a lot of tangible progress in important areas?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what you hope for every week. So we'll see where we go from here. I know we got another challenge next week when we go up to Cal. We had to go on the road, and winning on the road is very difficult in this league. So,
would you say this was a step forward for Dorian, and why is he fun to coach?
Yeah, I think every week's a step forward for Dorian. Every day in the practice field is a step forward for Dorian, and I think that's what makes him fun to coach. Is he's like a sponge. He takes everything in, and he can regurgitate it, and he usually doesn't make the same mistake twice. You know, so he's very teachable. He's got a great football mind. You know, as he's starting to expand what we can do with him, because the more comfortable he gets with running things, the more he can come back to things. So, you know, he's really enjoy coaching the kid.
Second straight game where Joshua Kelly did really well. What is it like to sort of see that consistency and comfort emerge?
It's good, you know, because we started the year for us, and then there was a little lull for him, and then the great example of Josh and just his positive attitude. And, you know, he didn't sulk or pout when he didn't play much against Fresno, and he just went to work and continues to, you know, he was the best player in training sessions before the Colorado game, and it showed in the Colorado game, and he was the best this week, getting ready to play a really, really good Washington team, and it showed it in this game. So, you know, hopefully he continues to build and understands that, you know, the time he's invested, you know, in his production is paying off for him on the field. So,
Coach, one of the phrases you've used since camp and the players have adopted is the process. Where are you with the process? What's your assessment of where the process is with the team?
That's an interesting question, because I've never used the process. So.
Well, your players are using it. They keep talking about the process of growth and maturation.
Yeah, we talk about growth. You know, I think everybody, whatever the buzzword is in society nowadays, you know, don't really care about the buzzwords, but we talk about development. You know, and we want to develop as individuals, you know, in everything that we do, whether it's academics or athletics or socially or spiritually. So every single day you're trying to be better than you were the day before. But you know, if that's the word they use, then good for them.
I think you went more than a quarter and a half without a penalty, and then some big ones came up again too that extended drives that led to scores, and then in the second half two that wiped out first down completions for Dorian. So how frustrating is that to see those?
Well, the
pop
ones
up?
that extended the drives were the big things. I think the ones that extended the first down, we actually came back from them. So, those weren't the things that ended the drive. So it's good to see that we could overcome them. Really, not only is it the penalty, it's your response after the penalty. But again, as we talked to our guys, we had the one roughing the passer penalty that extended the drive and they scored on it. Well, just because that penalty didn't give them a touchdown, we still need to bear down after those situations. But you can't give Jake Browning 15 extra yards. I mean, you have to make him earn everything he can do. I mean, I know he's the all-time leading passer in Washington history, and there's been some really good quarterbacks in Washington. So you can't give him extra snaps, and that's what we did in the first half. And that's why, we were down the way we were down. We got a chance to get back into the game, but I think we gave him too much of a lead in the first half for us to be able to get back into that. So.
Coach, Elijah Wade went down earlier in the game, came back in. Did he re-aggravate the injury that he had earlier?
I don't know. They just, again, can we just clarify this? I mean, I get asked questions all the time. They just tell me, are they in or are they out? And I'm not being evasive. They just tell me they're in or they're out. You don't have time in the middle of a game to get a, hey, what was it and where is this? It's just they'll come over and say he's out for now, and then they came back and said he's in. So I don't ask any questions on that. So I don't have an answer for you. So.
And then a second question, Caleb Wilson kind of broke out tonight. He had a few long catches. What do you think of his performance, and how was he able to step up tonight?
Well, I think some of the things they do coverage-wise allowed you to kind of work the middle of the field, and that was kind of the plan for us trying to go into the game. I think Felton did the same thing. You look at where some of those plays that we got was because we were trying to work the middle of the field. So, but I was really happy with how Caleb played tonight.
Scored 24 points against a defense that had been averaging, giving up only 11. Do you feel like this could be kind of a click, it's starting to click moment for the offense?
No. You got to win. You know what I mean? We're not into moral victories. Like, we don't go in and high-five each other and say, hey, that was close. Yay, team. There's a winner and a loser. And so if you win, you're excited for about 6 hours. And if you lose, you're not excited at all. And then we all got to come back tomorrow morning no matter what we happened the day before, whether we win or we lost, and our sole focus is on Cal. And then that's just kind of the way we've always been. So, we didn't high-five in the locker room and say, hey, we got close against a really good team. And they are a really good team. Pete's done a great job with that program. But I'm not a guy that gets solace and, we were close. You know what I mean? That's not us. So close isn't good. So that's close is bad.